Hey knitters, it's Wednesday. Okay, I'm going to start this video by saying that I don't have any knitting and crocheting. I'm sorry. Hopefully this weekend I'm going to have time to video chat with Amber so she can help me figure out the pattern, but I haven't had any time to do that because I'm back in school. So speaking of school, I will talk about the theme. I'm talking really fast because I want to share this story with you, and yeah, okay. So, I've been in school for 2 weeks. I'm student teaching again in a different location. So this time I have a classroom of 6 first and second graders, like 3 first graders, 3 second graders who are all deaf or hard of hearing. And what am I talking about? Okay, so I'm student teaching, and then I have a class about thinking skills and a class about classroom management and instructional strategies, a class about IEPs. If you don't know what an IEP is, it's just, it's a special education legal document thing. Yeah, anyways. And then I'm also taking capstone, which basically I have to write this humongous research paper and like present it in front of like the dean, or not the dean, the department head, my supervisor, and like someone else. And it basically is a paper about how I impacted a student's learning. So I have to like pick a student and teach them and collect data and show that I am an effective teacher, basically. So it's, no pressure or anything. I just have to prove that I'm a good teacher or something. So yeah, those 4 things and student teaching, it's going to be a very busy last graduate semester, but in like 100 days I will be graduating and I will like be a real adult or something. Yeah. And speaking of going back to school, the theme also is kind of about fall. I love fall. It's my favorite season. I especially love October because my birthday is in October and Halloween is in October. I'm very much looking forward to cooler weather. Fall has like the best weather, especially in the South. Like, it's not too cold, it's not too hot. It's better than spring. There's no allergies all around. Yeah, and I mean, like, pumpkin flavored things are awesome. And Atlanta always has their gay pride festival thing in October. So I'll definitely go to that and support the gays. So I'm just, looking forward to an awesome fall and stuff. So what I really wanted to talk about in this video was this dream that I had that involved some of the knitters. So here goes. Okay, so a few days ago I had this dream that Jenny and Mira and I'm not sure why none of the other knitters were there, but the 3 of us were at some kind of convention. I think it was kind of like VidCon, I'm not sure. And we were all like hanging out in this hotel lobby, and then like downstairs at the hotel they had like a convenience store, and I needed to get something. So I was like, okay, Mira and Jenny, I'll be back in a minute. So I go downstairs, and on my way downstairs I see John Green sitting at this table all by himself, like hunched over his laptop, and he like calls out to me. He's like, Kayla. And I'm like, I turn around and I'm like, how do you know my name? And he's like, I know all the Nerdfighters' names. Duh. And so I'm like, okay. And he's like, I need you to do something that only a Nerdfighter could help me with. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I need you to go to the store and buy me a bottle of water. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, Sarah, the Yeti just called me, and she said that Henry really needs water, and I can't go get it myself. I need you to go get water for Henry. And I was like, okay, of course I will. So I go and get water, and I bring it back to him. And he's like, oh, thank you so much. Will you please sit with my laptop while I go and take this to Sarah and Henry? And I was like, okay, sure. So I'm sitting there waiting for him to come back, and I guess Mira and Jenny are like, what happened to Kayla? So they come and find me, and I'm like, guys, this is John Green's laptop. I just met John Green. I bought him water. He's coming back. You guys should stay and meet him. So when he comes back, he's like, oh, thank you so much, Nerdfighters. They're so awesome. So I'm going to take you and your friends out to lunch. And I was like, it really wasn't a big deal. It was just water. And he was like, no, we're going to this bookstore/restaurant. It's really awesome. So we all go to this, literally a restaurant/bookstore. We eat. And then in the other half of the restaurant, or yeah, building, whatever, is a bookstore. And all of the employees are on rollerblades. The waiters and waitresses and the people who work at the bookstore, everybody is on rollerblades, and they're all really freaking tall because of the rollerblades. So they're like 8 feet tall. I'm already short. I'm like, whoa, you guys are tall. Anyways, so while we're walking around in this bookstore, I kind of, like, everyone kind of goes their own separate ways to look at different books and stuff, and I come across the Harry Potter section, and all the Harry Potter all the copies of Deathly Hallows are like on the floor, and they're like open, and the dust jackets are off, and they're just like in a pile, and it hurts my heart because Harry Potter shouldn't be treated with such disrespect. So I'm like gently putting the dust jackets back on and putting them on the shelves and making sure it looks pretty. And while I'm doing that, this employee on rollerblades comes and she's like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "Nothing, I'm just putting the books back. They were like this when I found them. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to help." She's like, "Let me do that." And she's like rushing and putting them all higgledy-piggledy back on the shelf, and it made me upset. And yeah, that was pretty much it. We all kind of met back up like at the other end of the bookstore, but I woke up before anything else happened. So I don't know what was going on in my brain, but I definitely miss hanging out with all the knitters IRL. I'm glad that Jenny made it to Ireland okay. This video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to stop talking, but I love you all. I hope that you're all having a fantastic week, and I will see Michael tomorrow. Bye!